Well, the Prime Minister himself has accepted that unemployment may exceed 30%. Well, in this report, our Rumiko Knowles speaks to trade union members about the country's jobless rate.
A divine intervention is needed to counteract the economic fallout of COVID-19. This, according to President of the National Congress of Trade Unions, Bernard Evans, who says our two strongest economic pillars are tourism and banking. He says when the green light is given and we are in the clear, the Bahamas is still depending on those sectors.
If, in fact, if the all-go is given, say, August 1st, for instance, that don't mean that the hotels, the Atlantises and the Bahamas would then be filled to capacity on August 1st. It's going to be a phased approach. I don't think we would get back to by December maybe. This is already the slow month of the year when tourists are a little bit slow in the country. And so jobs will be impacted. The digital world have also exposed a way of doing business now that some employees may not see the need to bring back people. They have this curbside stuff, just online ordering and all that stuff. All these will have a domino effect where people can see that, well, employees can see that they can save money.
Area Vice President of the Bahamas Union of Teachers, Quinton LaRota, says the COVID-19 poses challenges when it comes to education. He notes that when schools closed, students were forced to learn from home, and there are students who do not have access to internet, and they are being left behind.
I think that's something that the government has to target to try to get the numbers in. Those students who have the potential, the capacity to log on and reach out to those that don't and try to provide some assistance there. These things are not perfect. We're all trying to learn how to get on, how to log on, how to manage the system. There's some teachers who have to do who are doing little refresher courses in Zoom and these other things, trying to improve their abilities.
President of the Bahamas Hotel Managerial Association, Kirk Russell, talks about the concerns coming from the Trade Union Congress. He says they are concerned about the issues impacting workers nationally.
We are very concerned about insurance. Let me give you that. For instance, the TUC, it is the TUC opinion and belief that insurance ought to be a right and not a benefit to a few privileged workers. We believe that all workers in the country ought to be entitled to insurance. So that is one of the reset button we believe the country need to look at.
Rumiko Knowles, ZNS Network News.
Still to come, a marketing strategy developed to keep the Bahamas on the mind of potential travelers. That story and more when the morning edition continues.